Yo, what's up, Iron Rebel fans and affiliates? Today we're gonna be training torso. So if you guys don't know, training 4 times a week currently: Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Torso, which is what we're doing today, and appendages or limbs, whatever you want to call it, which is arms, legs. So personally, I've been loving this split. I switched away from it for a couple weeks and wasn't liking the new split. So going back to this one, this is what I did leading to the New York Pro and Pittsburgh Pro wins. And this is what I used the majority of my off season to put on that 10, 11 pounds of muscle. So we're going to start with chest press, then we're going to move on to a row, then we're going to move to a fly, and then over to a pull down, and finally we're going to finish with, believe, some delts. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Why the straps?
Straps, just a bit more stability. You don't necessarily need them per se, but it's a bit of extra safety. You never know what might happen. You might not be able to hold the weight properly or something slips or whatnot. And it'll keep you a little bit more safe. In addition to that, like the extra support can help you lift a little bit more weight. Not a whole lot with the wrist ones, but they help. All right. Last time we did this, we did 3 plates and a 25 for 8. Now I've been out of town for a couple weeks, so I would love to get that same number, but this is my third workout this week, and so far I'm a little bit weaker on each exercise. But fingers crossed. Let's see what we get. We'll probably do one more warm up with 3 plates and assess from there. All right, we're really wrapping up today. We got these aren't out yet, but these are custom elbow sleeves from Iron Rebel. They have a lot of cool quotes. I helped design these. So basically, like if you're feeling down, you're feeling kind of beat up that day, you can just take a look down at your sleeves, hopefully get a little bit more motivated. Kind of remind you of why you're there. All right. Whew, heavy. All right, we decided to just push it today. We're going for an extra 20 pounds for my last PR. I don't know how it's gonna go. I'm guessing 4 to 6, which is totally fine with me. Usually my rep ranges are like 5 to 10 reps. If I get one less, I'm not sad about it. It's okay. I'll just try to get a little bit more next week. Yep. Oh. A little stronger. And last week, I'm happy about it. I think I got 7 or so. So good day. Oof. Whew. All right. Just doing 2 there. Now we'll do some back. And even with this machine, it diverges as you come up. This will work a lot of that upper back, traps, rear delts, so lower traps. And depending on your elbow, I guess, height, you may get some lats in there too. It just all depends on how high you have this. The higher you have it, the less lats it'll be. Um, yeah, that's this exercise.
So how do you gauge your warm up?
So with warm up sets, they kind of vary on a couple of different things. The exercise, how you're feeling that day, and how deep you are into your workout. For the first exercise, they're gonna be usually the most warm ups. So first warm up set is gonna be anywhere from 6 to 12 for me. And the next one might be around 4 to 6, and the last one 1 to 4. And then as you see, I get deep in the workout, so I'll probably do between 1 and 2 warm up sets. Basically, the warm up set isn't to get a pump or anything like that. It's to get acclimated to the weight. You'll notice I know a lot of Iron Rebel guys are powerlifters out there. You go to a powerlifting meet, you never see someone attempt the heaviest weight on their first lift. They have to kind of build their way up to it because that's just how the body works. Same way with lifting in the gym. You just can't immediately go into the gym and lift your PR weight on the first attempt. So this is we're getting our body and our minds primed to do so. I forgot to mention the cool thing about the reason I mentioned this diverges, and the cool thing about that is as you come forward, it comes in allowing for a better stretch of like your traps and things like that. And then as you come up, it stops you from getting stuck here on your body, getting tightened up. So you can bring it out and go a lot further back as opposed to if you were here. So very cool machine. If you guys got one, definitely start using it if you're not. These machines out here are very expensive. Like a normal machine costs like 2, 3, maybe 4 grand. Since they don't make these anymore, these are usually around 15 plus. So crazy, like 3 to 5 times more expensive. All right. Oh man. All right, guys. So we're gonna finish with something called Kelso Shrugs. I'm just gonna use the same machine, just because I'm already set up for it. And this is for anyone who wants a little bit more work on like their mid lower trap area. I personally don't like the phrase or the terms where people say, "Oh, this is a thickening" or "this is a width exercise," because we're bodybuilders, we know what muscle groups are. Let's just say the muscle group that exercise is working. This in particular, I mentioned before, some rear delts, some traps, a little bit of lats depending on your elbow angle. For most people, your traps are not going to be the first thing in that exercise to fail. So you may not see the growth you want to see just by doing a row, and you may need to do a little bit more direct trap work. But just keep that in mind if you're not happy with your trap development and you're doing all the rows, all the thickening exercises, you may want to be a little bit more precise and a little bit more targeted. I don't think everyone needs this exercise, especially if you're new. But if you've been doing rows for a while, you're intermediate to advanced lifter, you're not seeing the development you want to see, then you may need to give that body part a little bit extra attention. So Kelso shrugs, you can do this using any machine you want. I'm just already set up here, so I'm not trying to switch machines. But sometimes I will do them on a just chest supported row. What's I first forget this grip? Palms facing down grip. Sometimes I'll do it on the prime row. You can do it with dumbbells. You can do them on whatever you really want to. Basically, all it is protraction and retraction of the scapula, and that's it. All right, guys. So we're doing a fly variation for the upper chest. I don't have a name for it. You can name it if you want. You can call them rough flies, but basically it's the same principle I talked about in the previous video. when it comes to training the upper chest. You can do it from this angle here, just because the fibers, if I was leaning, you'll be able to see it, but your fibers kind of go in this angle here in your upper pec. So you want to kind of mash that line because it's going to be pulling like this. So imagine, yeah, just pulling your arm this way. So basically just doing that. Obviously, you can train it the normal way. Just lean back like this, very similar. But I wanted to try something a little different. So give it a shot. Let me know if you like it. Um, I'll let you know how I like it once we get to some working weight. And yeah, we'll go from there. Feels pretty good. Definitely think you could get a better stretch this way. Uh, right now, so it's a little funny. Usually with the incline stuff, I'm used to there's still been a lot of tension at the top, so you still get a good squeeze. Here, the way I have it set up, the resistance curve is very heavy at the bottom, and as I come up, it's getting really light. So I don't have that intense squeeze just yet. But same thing with most exercises that have that profile. You'll get that squeezy effect near the end of the first working set. But if you want a little bit more earlier on, uh, there's actually not a whole lot you can do. uh, easy.
Drive. Get there.
Come on.
Again. Go. Go. Go.
Oh, that's actually a great exercise. Oh, rough flies. Those are I actually really, really like those a lot. All right, found my exercise. Keeping that in. That was 60 pounds for I don't know how many. Whew. And that's called, I just call them rough flies. or neutral, incline, low flies. It's a lot of words. Rough flies sounds a lot cooler. Let's do some more pull downs for Hunter gets in. Whew. Get my breath out. Oh. Oh.
How do you decide to do one working set, two working set, or three working set?
I always start with one or two. Then if I feel like I'm recovering well, then I'll add another one. Usually two of each thing is about what I can tolerate. I might add three if I do less exercises or something. Um, it'll probably be the only case. Or if I work, yeah. So say for instance, I only do one glute exercise in a workout. I may possibly do 3 sets of that. Most likely not, because I'll probably be doing a squat variation, which still works some glutes. But if glute is more of your focus, you can kind of play around with adding volume that way. But usually it just goes on how well you recover. Start with 1 to 2 per exercise and add 1 set here and there and continue to assess over the coming weeks. Usually if you're pushing each working set hard, maybe 1 or 2 exercises that have 3 sets per day is going to be enough. You probably wouldn't be able to go more than that. But yeah. You know, we've learned a lot over the last couple of decades, but one thing some of the old guys got right was the rule of prioritization. I remember reading that in the Arnold Bodybuilding Encyclopedia. Basically, all it means is whatever you want to grow the most, you put first in your workout. And so, if your goal is to grow delts, obviously don't do them last. Do them at the beginning of your workout. When you have the most energy and the most focus, you're at your freshest. Um, Same thing goes for arms, whatever it may be. I had a couple people asking me, was it okay to train triceps before chest or biceps before back? And 100% it is okay if your goal is to grow those muscles more than your back or your chest. And to be honest with you, I haven't seen, when I switched it, I didn't see any dip in my um, load or weights being used on my chest and back movements. So I definitely think it's okay. Same thing here. All right, guys, so that was the workout. Again, we're doing torso and limbs Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. As we get closer to the show, the volume will drop. Usually, we'll take 1 working set off from the last 2 exercises, then maybe the next 2, and then finally 1 working set of everything, maybe by the last 4 weeks or so, depending on my energy levels. If I feel good, I'll keep it in. If I don't, we'll drop it a bit. Usually, the main thing that matters as you get deeper and deeper in the prep to maintain muscle is to maintain the load that you're lifting. And one of the best ways to do that is make sure you're recovering properly. So I've tested this out for years now. I've even done case studies with the University of Tampa, and I have lost 0 pounds of muscle training this way. We did DEXA scan, ultrasound, calipers, 3 different measurements, all said 0 pounds of muscle loss. So if you're going into a prep, give this a shot. Big thing, like I said, is making sure you're training hard still. The volume may be really low, but still giving your all each and every set. And until next time, this is Ruff Diesel with Iron Rebel.